believe you'll be looking for workers.
Ooh, looking for people? Awesome! We're good at that!
I have no reason to doubt your abilities. I'm sure the details can be worked out face to face. If you're willing to accept this commitment.
Indeed. Ah, now then. You must be...
Huh? How could...
by the clothes on your back and the look on your face. Experienced adventurers.
Right again! You're pretty perceptive!
In this trade, you need a sharp eye for people, not just rocks. Uncle Di can see what you're made of from a long way. Alright, my assistant should be arriving soon, so let's just wait here a moment.
Whoa, whoa! That's why we're here! Now there's someone else taking a cut?
Well, to tell you the truth, this is a very difficult matter.
So there is someone else! Do you think we're not up to the job?
It just occurred to me that you don't have all the facts. The incident in question happened in a mine, and it's a little out of the ordinary, to say the least. Mines are dangerous places. Last time I checked, adventurers weren't experts in ore appraisal or geological analysis. Besides, this guy's the best in his field. No matter the rock, he'll tell you it's valued. I'd go as far to say that there's not a soul in Tevat that knows rocks better than him. I'd be a fool.
You're a fool if you think you found Tevat's #1 rock expert.
Oh? And why am I that?
Because Tevat's #1 rock expert happens to be a friend of ours. Ha! Didn't expect that, did you? Wait here, we'll go fetch him. Paimon bets Young Lee is listening to the storyteller. Let's head over.
In our last tale, Rex Lapis.
Young Lee, there you are!
Oh. Here for a few tales? I didn't know you two were connoisseurs.
Oh, no, we're here for you! Do you have time?
Ah, something I'm rarely short of.
We need someone who understands geology and ore.
Someone who understands...
Take a look around. Is there anyone in Tevat? The requester claims to have enlisted Tevat's #1 rock expert, but Paimon doesn't believe a word.
You appear to have taken his claim quite personally on my behalf.
Oh, no. It's just... Uncle Di doesn't know what he's talking about. Paimon just wants to enlighten him.
I see. Well, then it will be my pleasure to accompany you.
Really?
But I should inform you that despite my expertise, I cannot necessarily claim to be a leading authority. We are at all times adrift in a sea of learning. New knowledge should be welcomed with open arms. Still, I imagine I will be of help to you in this endeavor. If we do encounter an expert, I look forward to broadening my own understandings.
Stop being so modest, Young Lee. Well, we got him. Let's head back to Uncle Di. back.
Oh, and this must be the friend you spoke?
Yep. Paimon doesn't know who your rock expert is, but he's got nothing.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Still, I do have a claim to some experience in this field.
Uh-huh, so you say. Wait till my guy gets here, then we'll see. It's no use me singing his praises. You'll have to see for yourselves.
Is this the place?
Aha! Speak of the devil. Allow me to introduce my assistant, Kun-jun. Young Kun, these are 2 adventurers assigned to us. And as for this gentleman... Longsheng Funeral Parlor's consultant. Mr. Zhang Li. I've heard about you. They say you're a man of great knowledge and many
I'm sure I recognize you. Have we met at the parlor? Wait, I've never been to the...
Uncle Dai, aren't you gonna test them?
Huh? I wouldn't know where to start.
Then they can figure out a way to test each other. If Zhang Li wins, he's the assistant. If Zhang Li loses... never mind.
A contest? Why, it would be my...
I admire your enthusiasm, good.
I must say, you certainly have the look of an industry expert about you. It'll be interesting to...
Stop talking the talk and start...
I'm just saying it like I see it. Which is, incidentally, the only skill...
So you're an appraiser, Mr. Kun-jun.
Well, no. Actually, I've already forgotten what I'm in Liyue Harbor for. I was staying... He saw me holding a rock and asked me if you...
Huh? How could you forget something like that?
I saw him on my way over to Liyue Harbor, poring over rocks and muttering to himself. He looked to be very familiar with them. I asked him a few questions out of curiosity. To my surprise, he knew more than me.
So, do you have a port...
Not exactly. Anyway, if it's rocks you need help with, I can most certainly lend a hand. Mr. Zhongli, what do you make of this rock?
A glossy exterior, with a fissure that could only have been left in the wake of a volcanic eruption. If I'm not...
Ah, a keen eye.
It's no ordinary rough gem. Fragile surface layer, black veining.
Remarkable! This rock does indeed hail from the vicinity of a volcano. I came across it in a market and snapped it. Purity and geological rarity alone aren't enough to make a treasure. Some of the most precious crystals contain deposits. In the moment of its formation, the crystal hidden within this stone shell captured a pocket of water. For water to be hidden in its...
Such a detailed description. Almost like he saw it with his own 2 eyes. Say, you're not trying to hoodwink us, are you? After all...
Everything he said is true. Most crystals are born in high-temperature environments. Heat and water aren't natural.
Well, if Zhang Li says so, it must be true.
I've yet to encounter anyone with a judgment as shrewd as yours, Mr. Zhongli. How did you know exactly what lay within?
I've seen many such stones in my time. I recognized it immediately. I hope you didn't mind me flaunting my experience, Mr. Kun-jun.
Of course not. I feel I've met a kindred spirit here today. I hope you will accept my friendship. Uncle Dai, it would be a mistake for Mr. Zhongli not to join us. Trust me when I say that his level of expertise is unrivaled in the trade. You won't come across another of his caliber in your lifetime.
Very well. There is strength in numbers, after all. Everyone, follow me to the chasm. There are men counting on you to find them.
Rain outlines your fate.
Let's end this quickly! No excuse for something!
Overruled.
Through.
greater pleasure is there than the unexpected? I hear the children singing.
Whoa, this mine is huge!
This is where the incident occurred. 6 days ago, a group of us left the site to attend to other matters. When we returned, the 4 men we'd left behind had vanished. I led a team around the entire mine, but found no trace. That's when I decided to enlist help.
So 4 miners have disappeared.
Yes, there were 10 of us. We lost Long, Bold Sen, Brave Sen, and Mao. I worked with all of them.
Workers in this trade are usually young men in the prime of their lives. Could it be that the 4 of them left for another mine?
Unlikely. There's no other lodging for miles around, and we didn't pass any other mines on the way over.
Huh. Such a huge mine. Did you really manage to explore every corner?
Underground, overground, we left no stone unturned. We tried everything short of digging further into the earth itself. How could 4 sturdy young men just vanish into the bedrock?
We'll need to explore the site ourselves before extracting any conclusions.
Very well. I'll wait here. Please, proceed wherever you'd like. If you come across any clues, let me know straight away.
So strange. How could the 4 of them just suddenly disappear? Did they run away from something? Over here! What's this? A pile of shirts, some trousers.
A few everyday items. They must belong to Uncle Dai and his men.
1, 2, 3, 4. Huh, that seems right. 10 shirts, 10 pairs of trousers. These must be spares, right? Look, Uncle Dai's clothes are identical.
The 4 of them have been gone for 6 days without a change of clothes.
There's also a few handkerchiefs and some soap lying around. Oh, and some tool belts.
Items for washing one's face before the dawn shift. Mining equipment.
So, they didn't take any supplies.
Correct. Improbable. There are 4 pickaxes missing. It seems likely they left with... They had time to take their tools, but not their everyday items?
Huh. Why would someone set off with their
1, they were working close by and didn't need to move their personal effects. Or 2, they were forced to leave and had no time to think about their supply.
Oh.
It's certainly a possibility. We'll need more clues.
If they didn't leave, maybe they were made to leave. Let's make a note and let Uncle Dai know. Let's look around first and see if we can find any clues. Kunjun, what do you have there?
Oh, right on time.
Did you find anything?
There's a chunk of ore here. Perhaps there are clues within.
Or, what does it have to do with the disappearance?
Let's find out. I'll give it a try. Okay.
Looks like he's concentrating really hard. What's he up?
I see. 4.
A child? What's a child doing in a
I'm not.
Also, how did you...
Oh, I don't mean see in the traditional sense. I would appreciate it if what I'm about. I can perceive the
Huh?
Perceive? So there's no...
You mean you can put your hand on a rock and boop?
I've always sensed that ore contains memories. Sometimes it records events that occur in the surrounding area. All I have to do is touch one and focus my...
Amazing! So you can find out everything that ever...
It depends on the ore. Some ores have astounding memories. Core lapis and crystal memories are much stronger. They record more events and...
Stone seeing. Fascinating. A rare ability indeed. It was...
I'm glad I can be of assistance. Based on what I saw, I believe they followed...
This will take us north, away from the mine.
North. Another clue for...
No, my soul! Judgment! Laid bare.
Excuse me, sir. Are you one of the workers here?
Ah, yes, yes. You must be here about the disappearance. Please, find them if you can. I don't know what happened. The weather was gloomy that day. The foreman left with a few men. I stayed behind with the other 4. After a while, I decided to take a break, just to catch my breath. I ended up falling asleep in the shelter inside. When I woke up, there was no sight of them. I'd only just been speaking with them and suddenly, they'd vanished. Maybe I'm next.
So the men that were out working disappeared, with the only one left to tell the tale having been asleep in a shelter. Perhaps an accident occurred on site.
What a scary thought. An on-site accident. We should note that down too. Found some clues. Time to report back to Uncle Dot.
You're back. How are the investigations going?
We found 3 clues in the vicinity. First, there are 4 missing pickaxes, yet everyday items are still in their place. This suggests that your men didn't leave of their own accord, but were forced to.
Forced to? But who would kidnap miners?
Who indeed? Second, there were 5 workers at the mine. One of them left the site to take respite. When he awoke, his colleagues had disappeared without a trace. Those who kept working all disappeared. The one who left early emerged safe and sound. It would appear that the incident occurred on site.
Now that you mention it, I recall Bravo saying that he took a break. Could someone have entered the site and simply walked away with him?
This leads me to my third point. Mr. Kun-jun here made good use of his, expert techniques to arrive at a conclusion. It was a child that took your men away.
A child? But there are no settlements here for miles around. There's no way a child would have made it over to the mine.
Unlikely as it sounds, that's our conclusion. Your men were following a child.
Where did they go?
We believe that they followed the road north, away from the mine and toward the ruins.
North? Right. I'll rally my men and head in pursuit. You've been invaluable to the investigation, but leave the legwork to us. If we set off now and make haste, we might be able to catch him.
Not so fast. The incident occurred 6 days ago. Even if they set out on foot, they will have covered a lot of ground by now.
You're right. New plan. I'll lead my search party over to the settlements further out and make some inquiries. There are only a few settlements around here with lodging for the night. We'll go investigate and see if we can come up with anything. In the meantime, you could keep looking for clues. If we don't see each other, let's reconvene at Wangshu Inn tomorrow evening.
Agreed.
All right. Me and my men will get going.
So, they're gonna talk to the people over at the settlements while we keep investigating here.
Correct.
But there aren't any more clues at the mine. Shouldn't we go north?
Wait. I believe we're missing someone.
Huh? Oh yeah! Where's Kunjun? Paimon bets he's still investigating. Let's go find him. Kunjun, what are you searching for? We're all out of clues. Let's get going.
Apologies. I'm conducting a quick search for my own benefit. I'm looking for a precious stone known as Dragonfall.
Dragonfall? Dragonfall is often used in forging. What use do you have for it?
I'm sorry. I don't recall why I'm seeking it. I've been feeling very absent lately. Name and address aside, I'm having trouble remembering things. In fact, I've been feeling extremely anxious.
Oh, Paimon knows that feeling. When you know you've forgotten something, but you can't remember exactly what it is.
I don't even know where to start with it. I've been aimlessly wandering. That day at the market, I overheard a conversation while I was buying something. They mentioned Dragonfall. It sounded so familiar to me, as if whatever it was I had to do was linked to that stone. Perhaps if I can retrieve some, I'll remember what it is I have to do.
I see. If I am able to during our endeavor, I will help you look for this stone.
Really? Oh, thank you, Mr. Zhengli. You're too kind.
Think nothing of it.
Shouldn't we get going?
Heading north from the chasm, we'll reach Lingju Pass. If this is indeed the path they chose, there will be traces.
Great! Let's have a look.
Transfixed.
must have been left by the miners.
Let us make our way to the end of Lingju Pass. If there are no footprints there, it would suggest that the miners are still within the pass itself. However, if we find new tracks, we can follow them wherever they may lead.
Rain outlines your fate. Let me weave you a verse. Overruled. No, my sword! Time to act.
I will protect you. Huh, someone needs assistance. Ooh, wonderful. Someone needs assistance.
Blade bare.
Steady as stone.
Something with which to commemorate this occasion.
appear that they made their way through Lingju Pass and kept moving.
If we follow their foot...
Everlasting as the moon! Overruled!
Oh no, the footprints end here.
We should inquire with anyone nearby. If the miners came through here, they may well have seen.
Hi there, have you...
A miner, I'm afraid.
Let's try someone else. Hello, have you seen...
Stop bothering me. Can't you see I'm cloud watching?
Jeez, whatever. Let's...
Overruled!
You can't run! Well, looks like I went too far.
Hey there! Seen any miners?
It must have been about 4 or 5 days ago. There were a few men who came through here carrying baskets and picks. I guess that could have been them.
Yeah, that's them!
4 or 5 days ago. It appears that they were moving slower than we'd anticipated. Traversing the geography of Lingju Pass must have held them up.
It was so strange. 4 big guys with lifeless expressions. It was like they were in some sort of trance. And there was a child staggering in front of them.
Huh. This child. Did you see what they look like?
I caught a glimpse. Blue hair, short. I think it was a girl. She wasn't smiling. In fact, she looked very serious.
And they took this road?
Yes, they followed it straight from here.
Let's go after them!
Let me weave you a verse.
Transfixed!
This should be fun.
Those monsters were so aggressive. They must have noticed me walking through. Before I knew it, they were all over me. Thank you all for saving me. My name is Wanyu. I belong to Liyue Shengyu Hall. I head up our human culture and
Huh? You sure you're not a minor?
A minor?
Yeah, we're looking for a group of 4 strong fellas carrying mining equipment.
I think I saw those people.
Really?
Yes. I set off from Nantianmen the day before yesterday, heading for Lingju Pass. About halfway there, I came across some people. A few men and a child. I was in a hurry. I didn't get a good look. I'm afraid I'm not even sure what they looked like. Apologies.
I think that's all we needed to hear. Thank you.
I hope it's useful to you. I'd better get going. There's a conference I need to attend. Again, thank you all for your help.
According to this scholar, the miners were heading for Nantianmen.
Can we be absolutely sure that it was the men that we're looking for?
A child with a group of adults sounds pretty close to Paimon. But...
Hey, perhaps that rock over there can tell us more.
Aha! Paimon nearly forgot about our secret weapon!
It looks promising. I'll do my best. It's the same group, all right. They followed this road.
Mr. Kunjun, your stone seeing is something I won't forget in a hurry.
I suppose it is an asset, though I rarely find a use for it. But praise from Mr. Zhongli is high praise indeed.
It's a good thing we brought our Kunjun compass along. We would have lost all sense of direction a long time ago.
You think so? I guess it's been a worthwhile trip then. It feels like we're cracking a criminal case. It's a lot of fun.
Be that as it may, we would do well to keep our guards high. 4 fully grown men in a trance-like state, walking ceaselessly day and night, over hills and mountains, led by a child. This is no ordinary incident.
Oh, you're quite right, Mr. Zhongli. We should have our wits about us.
That's not all. Our scholar was attacked by Geovishap hatchlings, but the level of aggression they exhibited was unusual. We have encountered many clues along the way. So far, they've pointed us in the right direction. The miners headed in the direction of Nantianmen the day before yesterday. From here, they would have had to navigate a perilous mountain road. If their destination is indeed Nantianmen...
Great! No time...
I left a mark in the
Clever thinking.
There's a basket lying here, too. This must be one of the miners.
Hey! Hello? Can you hear us?
Judging by his appearance, he must have collapsed from exhaustion.
Should we wake him up?
I can still dig.
Sounds like he's whispering something.
It seems that he thinks he still has work to do. Something's not right. There's a camp nearby. We should take him there and monitor his condition before deciding our next move.
How is he? He won't die, right?
He's worked himself into a stupor. Thankfully, he's not in serious danger.
Paimon heard him talking about digging for something. Did he dig himself into this state?
It's certainly a possibility.
It looks like there's something in his pocket. Are these ore fragments? I just witnessed the memories within these ore fragments. This person brought these fragments out of the mine. He's one of the 4 that we're searching for.
How he came to be here is what we need to understand.
So he was kidnapped, and then abandoned here. But if they didn't need him, why bring him all the way out here?
Unless something happened. Something that led him to fall behind.
Ugh. Paimon's had enough. This is too mysterious.
Oh, wait a moment.
What is it?
Something.
As I mentioned, I was so happy when Uncle... These are some crystals that I bought.
It's beautiful. Oh, and the colors change as you turn it. It's like a different crystal from each angle.
But of course, take it. And this one is for Mr. Shangli. Huh? Is something wrong? Not to your liking?
On the contrary. I just hadn't anticipated receiving a gift, but thank you. I will take good care of it.
I'm pleased you like them. It's nice to be able to give a gift that others can appreciate. Oh, I see more rocks over there. You should all get some rest. I'm going to scan the surroundings. Perhaps there are more memories to uncover.
You sure like rocks, huh, Kunjun?
Ores are the crystals of the earth, the sediment of time itself. I feel at peace among them. Get some rest and call me when you're ready to set off. I won't be far.
Rest easy. I surveyed the area. Oh, however, there...
Huh? What's with the seriousness all of a sudden?
Traveler, does Dragonfall mean anything to you?
You mean the ore that Kunjun's looking for? What's so special about it?
Dragonfall is an incredibly rare ore used in forging.
Elemental
Indeed, Dragonfall for... And yet they are why is it then?
Yeah, it's weird. Paimon...
There are those in the mining trade who retain a keen interest in Dragonfall. But for someone like Mr. Kunjun, whose motivations for seeking it are unclear even unto himself, it's practically unheard of.
Ulterior motives? Is he a villain?
A conclusion that is presently impossible to reach. Don't forget, rescuing those miners is the primary objective. As for anything else, sooner or later the tide will reveal the lie of the land. We're drawing closer to our goal. I believe we should continue to follow this road when you're well rested. Call Mr. We should ensure this miner is settled here at the camp, once we've brought this matter.
No problem. I'm done here.
Any results, Mr. Kunjun?
There are many beautiful rocks here, but nothing out of the ordinary. I couldn't find any clues. Then again, the memories of ore can shift with the passage of time and the changing of the environment. Difficult to say. I feel that ore memories tend to be from the recent past.
So there's never any ancient memories?
Rocks endure, but as eons pass, their memories are erased. Those memories that survive are rooted in powerful emotion or thought.
That makes sense. It is the same for people.
Indeed. Let's keep going. And there's so many...
This ancient... Let's conduct separate investigations. I'll take that area. Perhaps... All right, then.
Kunjun, can you see anything?
Well, there is this stone tab...
Doesn't seem very interesting.
Huh. It's worth a try, surely. Let me... Oh! This is...
Hey, what's wrong?
Just a bit lightheaded. It's past. Nothing to worry about. Not...
Whatever. If you don't try...
Oh.
When has Paimon ever come... Wait a minute. Huh?
All of you, come here.
Huh? So quick, let's go...
Staring into my eyes is ill-advised.
This has been newly dug. It would appear our answer is up ahead.
Is that a voice coming from the tunnel? Someone else go first!
Compose yourselves. I will lead us in. There is an unusual presence emanating from inside the tunnel. Prepare yourselves and tread lightly. Listen.
The missing miners are here. What are they digging for?
I'm afraid that this whole tunnel is the fruit of their strenuous labor.
That gate. Has it been there all along?
to this ancient seal. Had they not been discovered, they would undoubtedly persevere until the gate.
So behind the seal bears. What do we do? We can't hurt them. What type of monster is this?
Morax, you arrive at my doorstep of your own volition. Excellent. Taking revenge for sealing me away will be all the easier.
So, the little girl is your power incarnate. But if you recall,
Is once not enough? You would forsake me again?
if that is what you choose to believe, so be it. He who bears the weight of memory is destined to shoulder the burden of truth, as it ought to be.
Stabilize.
Transfixed.
Morax, you think you can destroy me?
Solidify.
Morax, 1,000 years after you sealed me underground, you return for the second time.
You should call it by its name, Ashtaha. Fate.
Fate? Fate? So here lies the wisdom of the gods. Destroy all deemed redundant. Enlist tyrants to ravage the wilderness. No. You have forgotten.
That voice.
Ashtaha.
Huh? Kunjun?
Morax, it's been a while. You're... Ashtaha. The very same.
During the battle, you imbued us with your power.
Yes, it was all I could manage. Forgive me for concealing the truth, traveler. Allow me to elaborate. I am not a heaven and earth, yin and yang, opposing forces. You can consider the existence of me and the Ashtaha you see there.
So there are...
No, it can't be. When the seal loosened, Your power manifested in this world as a child. That's when it occurred to you. The loosening of the seal constituted an opportunity to strike back.
The audacity! Are you insane? If you truly are a part of me...
I was another power awakened with the loosening. I was barely conscious.
I had sensed that something was amiss when you mentioned Dragonfall.
Don't blame yourself. It's been so long.
There would be no harm in it. The decision is yours.
You haven't changed. Ajdaha was once a friend and ally of the Geo-Archon Morax, with a lifespan far exceeding that of man. The memories of rocks do not last long. The erosion ground Ajdaha's consciousness into oblivion. Ajdaha, now incomplete, became irascible.
What would you expect? It was humanity that attacked...
This much is true, which is why you attacked the chasm. Why you waged war against in the beginning, in order to open up new territory in erosion. Morax shared, and so we became you. And from your will, I emerged. I am your final contract. Witness the promise between Ajdaha and Morax. You can hate me, but you cannot deny me.
No! No!
I am the remnants of Ajdaha's benevolence, the echo of a contract set in stone. I harbor a willingness to go further, a willingness to coexist peacefully with mankind.
No, no! It is I, Ajdaha, forged of elemental crystal, bearer of the weight and memories of the earth, older than the mountains and the oceans that decides. I will not swear allegiance to this insect.
Morax is not an insect.
A lord over insects is nothing but an insect in turn.
You forgot yourself. Nobody held Morax in higher regard than you or I. That which you have forgotten, I hold here in my heart. If you are the memory of the Earth, then I am the memory of coexistence. Of coexistence with humanity. All powers under heaven, rise and fall of land and sea.
A star appears within the wild. A sun ascends as bright as... Strange. What is this feeling? And all this?
You are spent, and I will soon disappear. Before I do, in the wilderness, snow falls on a spring day. In an instant, it will melt. Even where it is fleeting and leaves no trace. Even where it will never fall again.
No! That isn't true! I don't accept this as fate!
Perhaps it isn't, but it remains an inevitable misfortune.
More axe!
The little girl vanished!
Are you satisfied, Ajdaha?
I had to make amends. Satisfaction had no part in it. So, Morax.
I do.
Well...
As you please.
I never did forget your gift of sight.
I hardly lifted a finger.
And yet...
Your power is nearly... Shall we get going?
Surely the pressing matters.
Indeed.
did we get here? We need to go back and check on the miners.
So there you are. My men and I found your clues and followed them straight here. We found Mao in a tent at the campsite unconscious. It seems he'll be okay. Huh?
Nothing. Pay it no mind.
Cave? What happened?
They're exhausted, but not in danger.
Right. Well, thank you all.
So you're taking them back to Liyue Harbor?
That's right.
Can I come with you?
No problem. You rescued my men. I'll be
Kunjun, we should be calling you Ajdaha. You're coming back to Liyue.
Not I. Merely this body. Once I'm gone, the true owner will accompany the miners back to Liyue.
You always did have a great...
Curious how swords and daggers are blind.
Ajdaha, I am no longer the Geo...
I can sense it.
Today I am just an ordinary citizen of Liyue.
Even you met such a fate.
No matter. If that day comes to pass, Liyue must prepare.
And how will Liyue fare without...
Even without a god above, this remains a nation of men.
All life is... That's unimportant. You may live forever.
I do not pretend to match your rhetoric.
Were it not so, you would have...
You've brought a smile to my face.
That day in the
A heart of stone is...
You chose justice.
The movements of the...
Hence, do not forget that I was there with old friend.
Thank you, Ajdaha.
My life is nigh on eternal.
You're leaving?
If it is fated, Morax, we will meet again.
Yes. Don't be alarmed.
That was so...
In fact, we have yet to meet the real Kun. He was. Centuries may have passed since then.
In our last tale, Rex Lapis was walking alone in the mountains. He heard a remote voice, unlike any other, coming from a crack in the earth.
Most of the ancient geo-life forms that live below Liyue are blind, having not seen the sunlight for an age.
The voice was sometimes sad and song-like. Other times it was loud and thunderous. The Lord of Geo searched here and there before finally unearthing a strange stone from the bedrock.
That's how Ajdaha was. I answered his wish and took him above ground.
The Lord of Geo took pity on the rock spirit and carved it into a magnificent work of craftsmanship, a vivid representation of a dragon.
I bestowed him with a pair of eyes to see the world and came to an agreement with him.
With his fingers, he made 2 eyes, quicker than words could tell. Lightning flashed and thunder roared, and a living, breathing dragon soared into the clouds.
I agreed to let him live among the people above ground. But if the day ever came when he brought ruin to order, he would once again be sealed in the dark.
The dragon accompanied the Lord of Geo, fighting campaigns alongside him in the 4 corners of the world. We have a saying to eulogize these events. The crash of a spear brought billowing dust. The mountains and waters made way at the sound. The sight of a dragon bestowed with a touch the promise of rainwater blessing the ground.
A 1,000 years ago, Ajdaha attacked the chasm. I tried to obstruct him, fighting him tooth and nail. During that battle, Dragonfall was born. Ajdaha could sense the stone. So, despite being the victor, I could not claim to be stronger than he. And in his heart, he still retained an ounce of goodwill towards me. Towards Liyue. He was willing to be sealed away. But even I cannot. The greater the power, the greater the danger erosion. Personally sealing away an old friend. People abandon and surrender the things they love to pursue the right path. But I was a god of mankind. My identity may change.
You still care a lot about
Call it... I must thank you both.
No worries!
Oh? About what?
Oh yeah! Paimon nearly forgot! So, not long ago, we met a guy called Dane. He told us about Khaenri'ah and the punishment of the gods. That's when we realized that those events were connected to the person. Zhongli, you're a god. You've lived through thousands of years of history. Surely...
I cannot say.
Why? You can't even give us a thread of information?
I understand. But I must apologize. This is my contract.
You mean another past grievance? Like the incident with
It was signed before it all began. I have always honored the contract. You two are friends to me. I can assure it brings me no pleasure to disappoint you. But as the god of contracts, I can't...
Would you be ready to find out?
It appears your understanding of this world continues to grow. There are many events of ages past. Many secrets that lie hidden. They have been eroded by time. But you are capable of finding them and bringing them into the light. Those who come to witness will... If you take the same road as that person, there may be more difficulties ahead.
Body and mind.
Astra Abyssosque. Recently, the Adventurers Guild has received an unusual commission, and after careful consideration, we believe that
the Traveler would be the most suitable candidate, right?
Indeed, as ever. I will spare the pleasantries then. May I ask if you two are available to help? Well, let me go over it briefly. Our client for this job is the Yashiro Commission. Apparently, Rift Hounds are attacking the roots of the sacred sakura nearby Mount Yogo in great numbers.
Rift Hounds? On Narukami Island?
Yes. We are not sure where exactly these creatures come from. But this time, they are attacking in alarming numbers with great aggression and a clear target. The sacred sakura is of tremendous importance to Inazuma. I trust you are aware of this already? Good. Then you can see that this case is very urgent indeed.
Is the Tenryu Commission aware?
Yes, and they are already taking action of their own. However, given that the sacred sakura's root system is vast and complex, and faced with the their main priority is to protect the Adventurers Guild is one of the key parties assisting the Tenryu Commission with their work. But so far, you have our... I will mark on your map...
Relax! We'll be back before you can say Ad Astra Abyssosque.
Let me weave you a verse. Transfixed.
Wow, there are so many of them! No wonder the Tenryu Commission needed help. Come on, Traveler, you can take them!
Rain outlines your fate. Lights out. Laid bare. This is where you fall. Torn to oblivion!
Shogun? Wait, no! Could also be A!
Oh, it's you two. It has been a long time. We have not seen each other since the resolution of...
Okay, sounds more like A. You sure made short work of them! That was amazing!
I'm making early preparations for what is to come. Last time we took a walk around Inazuma together, I witnessed. Since then, every time I encounter an obstacle in my thinking, I find myself having the urge to spend some time in the outside world.
Makes sense. You must get super bored being stuck in there all the time.
Might I remind you that recently, I have observed a number of changes in the external world from the plane of... I considered this matter worthy of my attention. If the Shogun, rather than I, were to discover that...
What?
Precisely. But Rift Hounds...
A disaster?
Yes. 500 years ago, Everything was engulfed in the monsters. Their duty was to tear open a. That's an episode, but an excess of.
Guess you can't.
Since we are both here for the same reason, from the traces they've left in the surrounding area.
Paimon feels so safe. Oh yeah, after we've dealt with the this color. It's similar to the color when the sacred sakura takes damage. Let's follow it. It should be this way.
Impressive bounty.
We are lucky. The damage is not too serious.
This stuff that's flowing out, is it sap or something? And how come it's... Huh? What's this? Could they be dead people? But why would they appear?
Let's search the area. Perhaps we will find out.
I can't go on like this. Not when the other troop...
What happened here?
Who are you? What are you doing here? Run quick while you still can. The monster... We will defend Inazuma until our done. You don't know? Beasts and horrifying monsters are every last trait.
What?
Not right now. The almighty Shogun is gone. So is Kitsune Saigu. There is no one left to rely on but ourselves. I don't know how long we can hold.
Don't worry, I'm right here.
You're back. Please, we beg you. Only the glow of your supreme lightning.
Calm down. The war you speak of is over.
Over? But...
Look around you. The grass grows green and lush. There are no monsters.
What? But how? Just moments ago, I saw them tear my comrade to shreds with my own eyes.
Hey, calm down. Everything's fine.
Huh. I think I understand. Almighty Shogun. Yes. Thank you. Your Excellency. Thank you. Thank you.
What's wrong with him?
He's gone.
Paimon can't even begin to understand what that was all about.
If I am not mistaken, what we just saw was the sacred sakura can absorb an entity form. Purified filth quickly dissipates and will be absorbed by the...
So the memories of the ones that...
Yes. That soldier was one of the many thousands who made the ultimate sacrifice. What he was describing... Yes. Inazuma was facing many great crises at that time. Some were local in origin, while others came from the now fallen kingdom of... The disaster in Inazuma caused me great... But my friend, I could tell that... Although...
So...
Indeed. I never had the chance to see her one last time. But even then... Yes. For the longest, all my martial... But... After my clash with human ambition, when I traveled around Inazuma, moving forward, just think of that. All those who sacrificed themselves back then gave their lives fighting for a future. But perhaps the future, as Inazuma's god, It is warriors of the past. I will never forget you. And all.
He's taking all this pretty hard. Expected there are a load of rift hounds here too.
Leave them to me. There is no escape.
Huh? Something seems wrong with A.
Why would you ask that?
Well, usually you'd pull out your sword and swish.
You are unduly concerned. I'm simply although I have some understanding of the situation, I must be prepared for anything.
Ah, makes sense. Spoken like a the roots seem pretty badly damaged this time. Hey, the same light is leaking out again.
Furuyama?
Almighty Shogun, what brings you back so soon?
Fighting a battle in a distant...
Allow me to introduce though blind.
Your Excellency, it sounds like the Almighty Shogun has brought a guest. I'm afraid after all, it's quite a mess out there.
What should we do? Oh, yeah. Sheesh. There's monsters...
I see. So, they have fought most of the residents in this neighborhood, and now the Almighty Imagine if this was something that even the Almighty Shogun was powerless to resolve. People flee out of a desire to live on, and the desire to live on stems from a feeling of having... But me, I have no such thoughts, and the Almighty Shogun often speaks to me about her dreams, just listening to her stories. One thing she always says is, good things... So you see, as
Perhaps.
It won't be long now before I have to say goodbye to the Almighty Shogun for the last time. But I suppose it doesn't matter. Everyone says that Inazuma has turned dark once this catastrophe is over. Oh, goodness me. Speaking of befuddled, look at me rambling away to my heart's content. The Almighty Shogun comes to visit. One moment, I'll just... I hope the others didn't smash it to...
Can't see a T-set.
Really? But it's always been right by my side. Goodness gracious. What a fool I'm making. I couldn't possibly have my guests fetch it themselves.
Don't worry about it. Take a rest. We'll be back.
Almighty Shogun, you're not going too, are you? No, no, no. You're
This place is... complicated. Leave it to us.
But... Well, I can't decide whether it...
Where should we go to find a tea set? Having a cup of tea isn't exactly the most urgent thing to do right now. But at the same time, this lovely old man from 500 years ago has been through so much. And it makes Paimon so sad.
I'm also feeling very nostalgic for his tea.
Oh, why don't we go to the Kamisato estate? There'll definitely be a tea set we can borrow there.
It's the Traveler. And the almighty Shogun! How might I be of assistance?
I wish to borrow a tea set from the Yashiro.
Oh! Please step into the courtyard and have a rest, almighty...
Be at ease. I'm not here to see Commissioner Kamisama.
No. I am your humble servant. I daren't think of my own convenience when the almighty Shogun graces me with her presence. I'll deal with...
Well, it's not often we have the chance to chat.
Right.
I seldom had the time, so in the vast majority of cases, the one he made tea for was the form. He may well have had an inkling about there being two Raiden Shoguns. But the philosophy of life that he shared with us just now, that was...
You and Makoto had pretty different views.
Indeed we did. In her eyes, the most precious things in this world were dreams. They are similar, but when you came charging into the plane of Euthymia, I saw you now. It seems like she was right.
Wow.
Makoto saw a bigger picture than I did. An ambition is a yearning for something material, or a concrete outcome. Makoto was more concerned... To put it simply, Makoto wasn't concerned. I didn't understand at the time. I suppose what it comes down to is the definition of... Yes, it does. But in the last analysis, Makoto's philosophy was, on the surface at least, an elegantly simple one.
Do you feel you're starting to understand her?
You have already witnessed my... but now...
Almighty Shogun! I found a tea set.
It's quite beautiful.
You are too kind.
It's all good, sir.
Let us return. We are...
He wouldn't have gone looking for a tea set himself, would he?
Or perhaps the ley lines did not have the power to sustain him for very long. As was the case with the...
So we didn't even...
The information held in the ley lines. Well, this chat... I've watched Furuya... The tea is ready. Please give it a... So many thoughts were racing through my head as I was brewing it. You're right. But I've been reminded of many people, too. Back at the Yashiro Commission, I kept the conversation, the events of 500 years ago. Not only Rob...
She died in that disaster?
Yes. She went to Konria alone. Unlike me, Makoto was no martial artist. But this time, the circumstances were so grave that Makoto had no choice. Yes. She had already lapsed into unconscious. It was there. Why did she go to Konria first? And it was there and then that I resolved to pursue eternity.
That's quite a...
When I returned to Inazuma, I was shocked to find that a great sakura tree had appeared on Mount Yogo. That's exactly what everyone back then told me, as no one questioned it. And yet, in the end, I simply, with the help of the sacred...
This is all really hard done.
Yes. I once told myself that I would never speak of these events again, but even the tea, and it's time I came to terms with it all.
Oh, while we're on the topic, since you...
Sister? You mean to say that she was somehow...
Based on what we've learned so far?
I'm sorry. I wasn't there, and also... My mind was consumed entirely, so I am afraid I can't help you.
Oh, well, boy. Both of you have
With this last cup of tea, let us thank you.
We should go. Let's keep following the traces.
Very well. Based on my investigation so far, I believe this next pack of monsters should be the last. Once again.
Hey!
Illusion shattered! Ha! Ha!
Are you alright?
I'm fine. Shine down! Now you shall perish!
Maybe you should leave this one to us.
My apologies.
Don't worry about it. Just we'll deal with... Look, that's the same light again.
Where am I? Who are you? Almighty Shogun, you're here too. Are you injured, Your Excellency? We, the Shogunate Samurai, will defend the Shogun until the very end.
Come on, man. They're coming back.
Don't!
Danger is our duty, man.
No need to worry.
Is that a vision?
It certainly is. If the Almighty Shogun...
So that's how samurai of that era understood visions, huh?
Nobody knew where Your Excellency had gone, and we were starting to despair. But now we've found just the sight of you appearing before us. This hope is the...
Everyone, on me!
We'll help too!
Huh? Affirmative, but...
Protect the Almighty Shogun!
You can't run! Punishment! Overruled!
It seems like their attacks are finally over.
I've never fought so fiercely before.
Thank you all. I'm fine.
You fought phenomenally. It was truly awe-inspiring. The monsters will definitely come back. Quickly, escort her.
When everyone's...
Well, what are you...
We will stay here and guard against the monsters. We are brothers in arms. As long as we stick together...
Just leave it to him. But the Almighty no matter what kind of threat faces Inazuma, we...
Oh, thank you all very much. I should not have left it this late to make...
Don't worry, Your Excellency. With you leading us...
Glory to the Shogun! Glory to the Shogun!
They're gone.
It was both. The people's sacrifice has all the result being that in the centuries you could take the... But even so, they are due a resolution.
Well, Paimon thinks that even if it's a few hundred years...
Thank you for your comforting words. I used to think just like, but what Inazuma... Even though I am utterly unlike Makoto, and can never become the person she was, yes, they are. As the Raiden Shogun, they...
Well said.
Change will... No matter how long... Now that we've dealt with... I will leave the Tenryo and Yashiro...
Alrighty then. He looks calm on the... She seems to have changed. Huh? What's wrong, eh? What's going on? Are you feeling unwell again?
It looks like... the situation... No need. I need to go to the camp.
Why? What?
A battleground. We're finally here. The entrance should be nearby.
Whoa! Where'd the Torii Gate come from?
This is a place I once sealed off with my own. It looks like she will.
Huh? What are you talking about? And who is she? Makoto?
Follow me.
Where are we go? Whoa. This place... Look, it's another
We meet again, traveler. This body is an assistant to the one within. Should the one within wish to stray from the rules, this body shall stand in her way.
Wait!
You have wandered the realm in my body, and you believe your present self has... But have you really... I'm here to show you my aunt. We are both warriors. And the...
Wait!
The discomfort I was experiencing earlier was called, as she indicates, but inside a realm of... Though she is a puppet, the Shogun has her own consciousness too. When necessary, she appears here to confront me.
Paimon gets that Hey, Shogun...
The rules I set... I would not try to...
Isn't there any other way? Can't you talk it through or something? But
My form, it inherits A's every action, determination, only rules. Those were my thoughts. Now, you wish to make your... I am your past, the everlasting law, the guardian of eternity. And I am she who promised a dream to her subjects. Write an A. In the end, even the proud and mighty Oni maiden was cut down and disgraced. Though your blade has been cleansed of her blood and filth, never shall it shine as brightly as it once did. Pathetic. Strike dead. Inferior. The eye sweeps the land. Inazuma shines eternal. The Kitsu and Sakura blossoms that once filled the skies fell to the ground as pitch-black rain. As long as the ley lines flow, the relentless erosion of time will never stop.
She's completely recovered?
Your verdict is decided. Now ye shall perish. Weak. Pathetic. Weak. The divine lightning that envelops all of Inazuma will fade silently into the clouds. There shall never be another. Never. For the rest of time. Shine down, transcending. Inazuma shines eternal. Evasion is futile. Illusion shattered. Pathetic. Weak. The eye sweeps the lands. There is no escape. Torn to oblivion. Only emptiness awaits.
Have you finally defeated her?
It appears your martial prowess has not dulled. But how long can your will remain?
How the heck?
In this realm of consciousness, she was built to resist erosion. Her will is stronger than any other living beings, including you and me.
Then, does that mean this is gonna be...
Maybe. But I have to prove to her that my present will is no product of erosion. The future I shall forge will be a grand undertaking, one that will be resistant to erosion. If I don't do this, the Shogun's rules can never change, and Inazuma can... This is my duty. No matter how long this battle may last, months, years, centuries, and no matter 500 years ago, humanity proved their strength here in the present. It is about time that I understand that. I fight for the everlasting future of Inazuma. However long I vow to the subjects of during my
But this...
Pass on my words.
Looks like we got kicked out. Oh, what do we do? She was making sense. And maybe this is the only way to change the Shogun's rules, but still... Right? Also, what if she gets too obsessed with winning, and she forgets why she's there in the first place? It could happen. And then, yeah, we should help. Is there any way we can cut down how long she needs to spend in there? Or, you know, help her with... Well, whatever. We can't let anything bad happen to A while she's in there. Oh, but we also can't get in there and... Okay, well, first things first. We gotta find a way back in. Oh, come on, brain juice. Don't feel Paimon now. Okay. Oh, you're right. Who knows if she really...
Someone's not in the best of moods. Let me guess. I hope you realize how lucky you are. If it...
But you're always...
That was a figure of speech. Do you understand?
Oh, yeah. Something really big's happening.
Oh, okay, I see. So, A's decided to palm Inazuma off on the humans, while she goes off impossibly stuck. You know as well as I do that she's always been like this. Why start fretting about it now? Rushed into it without thinking. Well put. So you seem to be under the impression that I am able to...
Is she playing...
Aha! You're learning, little one. All I know is...
Because
Not just because of that. The nature... Anyway, we needn't worry. First things first. Now then, I always have my way to the outsider. In other words...
So...
Yes, no need to try and understand it. Everything is This is precisely...
What?
Suit yourself. Oh. Well, if you're quite sure, then of course. I say... Oh, nothing. It just seems... By the way... Remember to only a strong enough will can prevent... Well then, the door's open. I'll stay outside and provide what stability... I'm placing my god in your capable hands. For my sake, and for Inazuma's, please. Bring her back.
Miko, you better know what you're doing!
That's enough chatter. Remember to focus constantly on your heartfelt wishes when you enter inside. Only if you are strong enough can I deliver you to the right destination.
Huh? You have returned. But how were you able to? This is a duel to remember. It is as if, over countless battles, had I made all and for your firm commitment to you bring honor. Now these two. Then, let this be our final duel. The conclusion to that which began 500. Final duel? Stand back, traveler. I'm going to be the start of something new. The time our duels took to fight was long enough to witness the rise and fall of nations. The energy they consumed, great enough to vaporize the oceans and turn day into night. And the will they united, sufficient to penetrate minds and crush dreams. Yet, you have endured. I will endure forever. Shine down. This, I believed you but a will that cannot be eroded has no— You need not worry about the future. I know your power more than anyone else. Had I yet, my reason for fighting redefined my martial prowess. And whenever I think of this, I feel something. The blade that I inherited from— I noticed it all. This power is this blade, but it was at once— You have my approval. Your present will is not the product of erosion. From this day forth, I won't design any more rules that can never be changed. You used to represent my path. Makoto never saw me as a You I understand. I shall become your shadow, just as you were once Makoto's shadow. The duties I perform will not change. But as a warrior, I look forward to the chance to fight like this again. It was simply a new experience for me. One that is worth reliving.
Have you finished?
Hello, A. And greetings, those who have come to be— I am Raiden Makoto, the previous Electro Archon, who failed in my duties and left you all— Makoto? I'm so happy. You've come so far. I left a faint fragment of my will in a convoluted way. There was no time to wait for you, but everything happened so sudden. I've always felt terrible for having to entrust Inazuma. I should have been the one to impart these ideas. Did you know what was about to happen in Conry? I had some sense of it. That place— In my present form, I can no longer perceive time, but I know— Don't look down on me. It was with this— Here, but it is you.
The light turned into a seed?
The miracle tree that blesses the people, in this moment new to the world and yet to be known. When to plant it, where it shall bloom. She who brings it into being must let her heart and dreams decide. Grant it life, eh? Is it really? Eternity extends time into infinity. Dreams illuminate each moment within. When both shine in unison, the sacred Sakura blooms from the darkness, finally free from the clutches of the heavenly principles. Now the nightmare has dissipated, and reality is made whole. The vision we both yearn for is still further ahead. My only regret is that I cannot witness Inazuma's future, nor can I walk this journey with you. Do you know, I am so happy right now, because my final wish has now come true. Your polearm once protected me from countless calamities. For this, I've always felt indebted to you. Though I could never repay you in full, this sacred Sakura will buy you some time until you are ready to awaken and embrace the new. What do you think? Did it do the trick? This time, it really is goodbye, eh? Goodbye, Makoto.
So the A of the present planted the sacred no matter what you...
All of this is thanks to Makoto's power. Eternity is a
place where time is... Perhaps that is the reason. And yet, that sense of disorder...
I don't... I know what you mean. Without the sacred Sakura...
I know you've tried in the past to prove...
No.
The sacred Sakura... I'm joking. And obviously, it's fair to say that very little time passed between them. Traveler, if I'm guessing correctly, you were repeating your wishes to yourself in your mind, weren't you? At that time, I could sense A's whereabouts, but suffice to say, fortunately, your will was strong enough that the flow of
Does that mean it wasn't by chance that we ended up at the...
I thought that the flow of time was the same on the inside, and my first thought was... has a great disaster, but you two have... my body has fully recovered.
Always thrilled to hear you're in good health. After all,
I only heard her voice. I'll be fine. I have to say, it's all thanks to her that I just planted a seed.
Yeah, it was
Thank you.
Today, at Makoto and you...
It's rare to hear such comforting words from...
Oh, come on. You only think it's rare because you never used to listen to a word I say.
Makoto said the exact same thing!
Great minds think alike, I wonder, does that qualify me to... Actually, no. Forget that. Far more trouble than it's...
We will have to end the frivolities there. The Shogun and I will after that...
Really?
I am no longer pursuing. I don't doubt that many challenges lie ahead. I'm looking for...
Time to act. Let me weave you a verse.
Transfixed.
What greater pleasure is there than the unexpected?
Rain outlines your fate. Rain cutter. Time to act. Judgment.
Witness my rise.